Looking at Friars Road and Via de la Moda, that's where the attack has been called towards, where fire crews are sending more of their engines and firefighters. It looks like that, of course, in Fashion Valley and just west of the 160, or excuse me, west of the 163, also looks to be north of the 8. So if you're familiar near Fashion Valley Mall area and Friars Road, as you know, many businesses are there. There's a lot of apartments in that area as well. But of course, right now, we're still trying to get exact location for you. The San Diego River would be close by, and right along that Friars Road area, there is a long stretch of brush. If you've been driving through there, you know that's dry brush that we've been dealing with and seeing all around the county. So that's obviously a major concern here. Our crews are working to get to the scene, and we are going to hopefully bring you a live look a little bit closer up. But the last reports are that it looks like it's heading up a hill across from the mall, and there are some condo complexes nearby. So you know that hill right there by Fashion Valley Mall, those complexes right above, that's a highly populated area, a lot of residents.
I mean, earlier this morning, we had those fires that we had seen up in the Bonsall area and Fallbrook area. Those were not quite densely populated or as densely populated as this Fashion Valley area. I mean, you see another chopper going overhead right now, and just how much smoke is coming from that area. But Friars Road, I mean, anyone who has driven off of that exit knows how densely populated it is, how many homes, how many residential businesses, how many businesses there are in that area. And then, of course, the Fashion Valley Mall that is very close by. So it is likely that fire crews are trying to tackle this as quickly as possible before it possibly threatens more homes or businesses, just because of how quickly these fires can spread with this red flag warning still in effect.
And what's concerning, of course, would be for anyone seeing this large plume of smoke. We know all too well here in Southern California that these can spread rapidly. And the direction of the smoke, as Evan's been pointing out, with the winds coming out of the east, you see that darker plume now going towards the west. It looks like towards the coast. And that just shows you the Santa Ana winds and what they're doing. I mean, that plume rising straight up and how strong those winds are. You can see their direction and the movement. Okay, so now our photographer Julio is there on the scene. Wow, Julio, he looks to be at the top of the hill there, where these flames are now burning through that brush. You see a tower there. These are those complex, the apartment complex we were telling you about there, across, it seems, from Fashion Valley Mall, it looks like. And yeah, Julio's right there. So all of that brush that you see near those homes, a lot of that very dry. You see those branches and the smoke, the flames. Julio, if you can hear me right now, can you tell us where you are and what it's like there?
Just give me a second here. I'm trying to get my bearings.
Okay, of course. Yes, we want you to be safe, please. And obviously there are, you know, a lot of families that are right there. There's a couple firefighters that you see.
It looks like right around where Julio is, not only do you see those fire crews, but just to the back of them is likely residential homes or businesses. You see how many structures are very close to this plume of smoke. And like Netta mentioned, just how much dry brush is there on the ground, which likely plays a huge role in how these fire crews are tackling this. I mean, they need that aerial support. We already saw one of those choppers pass by overhead and drop either water or retardant on it to try to dwindle these flames. But we still see plenty of darker smoke rising from right around where those structures are.
There they are, trying to get that structure protection with their hoses. But you see one, two maybe firefighters. It's hard to tell in this thick smoke. But obviously they're working to save that complex right there. So as far as the location of this complex, I know we've been reporting this is Friars Road, Fashion Valley area, across from Fashion Valley Mall, it seems.
It looks like this is basically across the street from Fashion Valley toward one of those hills, you know, that one of those very steep hills when you're traveling down Friars Road. And right on the top of that steep hill, you have residential apartments or condos of sorts. And that looks to be right where this fire is burning.
Yeah, it looks like that rather large condo complex across from the mall. But we're working to get street names for you, for those of you who may have friends and family in that area. If you are in that area, of course, I'm assuming firefighters are telling people to get out perhaps. And we're working looking to find out details on any evacuation orders. This just sparked, a few minutes ago. We are extending our coverage here on the air, of course, to bring you this breaking news. Time right now is 12:37. For those of you who are just now tuning into us, let's get you caught up on this brush fire. This is the view from Mount Soledad in La Jolla, where you can see that huge plume right there from Fashion Valley. So right now, we are getting reports that this would be right along Friars Road in Fashion Valley. And we're hearing from San Diego Fire. They're saying just now that this is touching the apartments. So they're calling for aircraft to come do those drops. They need that water, the fire retardant, to build that line and try to get a handle of those flames. In that live shot from Julio, we saw flames right up against the brush there that's going up that hill near that condo complex. And there it is, getting very close to, looks like that walkway on the outer edge of this condo complex where Julio is right now.
Yeah, this is our photographer Julio that is showing you what that view looks like. And like Netta said, just at the top of that hill maybe, but just how much of that ground is burned. And he's pointing that camera in the direction of where those fires are burning. And there you see those condos very close by, just a few, I'd say maybe 100 feet or so from where that fire is burning.
And now we're seeing the mandatory evacuation order. So Genesis has been a very useful tool in these fires. And as I zoom into this, you can see the evacuation order that's in place. And it looks like it would be just north of Friars Road and Ulrich Street. And it looks like the evacuation order would include the Apex Mission Valley Luxury Apartments. That's the name of that complex that seems to be right there, the entrance where you're going up that hill where those apartments are. There are quite a few small roads, and it looks like North Rim Court to Ulrich Street would be the area just north of Friars Road that they have that evacuation order in place. Linda Vista Road is likely the access that people may have to get out of the area. It's also just south of Carson Elementary School, Mission Heights Park. So looking at this map here, the Friars Road and 1633, where that comes together, there's that apartment complex where Julio is right now, our photographer there, and that would be under an evacuation order, it looks like, between Ulrich, North Rim Court, just north of Friars Road, across the street, directly across the street from Fashion Valley Mall. And that's that hill that we were watching out for. There's a lot of dry brush there. It's very smoky now in the live shot, and looks like the plume has unfortunately gotten larger, wider, I should say.
Yeah.
And the direction of that smoke, of course, proving that these Santa Ana winds are coming through right now.